This is a video promotion for Cleo 5 to 7. In this promotion, I'll just briefly discuss what happens within the film and give my three reasons for seeing the film. And I will also describe the film still, which is placed above this video in the final exam document. The film starts out with Cleo at a fortune teller. The fortune teller is accurate on a lot of aspects in Cleo's life. She mentions an old lady who Cleo confirms is her maid. She mentions Cleo's handsome lover, and then she says she will meet a talkative young man. Uh, because of the accuracy of the fortune teller, Cleo believes everything that the lady is telling her. Then she does the tarot card reading and a palm reading, and yeah, again, Cleo's looking to find out whether or not she's going to die. She's waiting to hear back from her doctor that she gave. She had a biopsy taken from, and she's waiting to find out if she has cancer. And the tarot card reader draws the death card, and Cleo basically runs out of there and is fully expecting she's going to die. After that, she goes to a cafe and meets her maid, and she tells her like what happened, and she's that she's going to die of cancer. And then she talks about how being beautiful is to be alive, and she comes to the conclusion that like if she does have cancer, she's going to kill herself before she loses her looks. Um, Then they leave there and they go shopping, and Cleo's buys a black hat that's made for the winter. And then like she doesn't wear it home because it's unlucky, and I guess in that time or in French culture or somewhere I didn't quite get that, but like it's unlucky to wear new things on a Tuesday or a Thursday. I forget which day it was. But yeah, it's unlucky to wear that. I didn't know that. Yeah, then so they go home, or they're on their way home, and they go to a. They're in a taxi, and in the taxi, like the news is playing, and well, in the taxi we hear Cleo's song, and we find out that she's like a kind of popular in the music scene now. Um, and then in the taxi we also hear the news, which talks about the Algerian War, and that basically puts it and like well, I think the Geneva Convention or Geneva Conference, something like that. So like it puts a timestamp on exactly when um, this film is taking place and what's going on in the world around her. So there's a lot of people dying in the Algerian War, and she's concerned with her own mortality, which I mean everybody would be concerned with their own mortality, but there's a lot of people losing their lives. Um, then at her house, her boyfriend comes over and talks about their vacation, and he's just kind of ignoring the fact that she's telling him that she thinks she's going to die, and he just doesn't really care. Um, and she doesn't take that too well, and basically, she, in a roundabout way, she says something about like breaking up with him or not being with him much longer. Then her bandmates come over and they're like joking around with her, and she tells them that she's sick, and they ignore her as well. And then after that, she leaves and dresses in all black to go to another cafe and go out for the day. I think she dresses in all black because she's going to go out for a while, and then she's eventually going to go and meet her doctor to find out for sure if she has cancer or not. Um, yeah, she goes to the cafe, and then she goes to visit her friend who's being a nude model, and then her and her friend leave and go to her friend's boyfriend's uh, theater where he's a projectionist, and he shows them a short film, and the film is I forgot the guy's name, a famous director's in it, but yeah, the film is about a guy that thinks his girlfriend has died because he's wearing sunglasses, and then basically the whole thing is about death, even though it's I think meant to be a comedy. Um, yeah, then they leave there. They return the car, the girlfriend's car, the boy, Cleo's girlfriend's boyfriend's car, and then they take a taxi. And on their way in the taxi to drop off her friend, they pass like a crime scene where I guess somebody was murdered, and Cleo breaks a mirror, and it's just bad luck, and she's surrounded by death, and it's just the theme of it all is kind of weighing on her. She departs or she separates from her friend and goes to the park, and there she meets Antone, and he's a soldier on leave from the Algerian War, and the two of them like hit it off, and they're like talking, and they become quick friends, and uh, they strike up a deal that he'll accompany her to the doctor if she goes with him to the train station to see him off back to the war, and so they do that and they agree, and uh, they have a really good rapport, and they get to let's see. On their way to the on their way to the hospital, he's talking about how he's afraid of dying in the war and how pointless like dying for nothing is, and just like basically the carnage of war itself. And then he talks about how he's lonely because women don't want to be with somebody that is has a high likelihood of dying, and that kind of strikes Cleo because she thinks she's dying, and she wouldn't want to be with anybody that's dying or like loses their looks and things like that. So yeah, she she relates to him in that aspect, and then they get to the doctor's office, and he's not there even though he was supposed to be, and they're like walking in the courtyard and like the gardens there, and let's see, they're walking in the courtyard in the gardens, and then the doctor drives up and then tells her that she has cancer, but it's not serious or something, and that she just needs to do a couple months of treatment, and then basically he reassures her that she's going to be fine, and she's like relieved now, and like her whole demeanor, she's like kind of her whole demeanor changes, and she's just like more. I guess she's just not as stressed out, and it's at this moment Anton starts to cry, and I guess like to me the dynamic between them has changed, and now like that she's no longer so preoccupied about herself, and he's probably not as preoccupied of like escorting like a dying woman. Um, he could start thinking about himself, and she starts thinking about somebody else besides herself, and she's trying to reassure him about life and things like that, and they have time together, and uh, that and at this moment is where the snapshot and the still photo that's above this video comes in, and let's see, yeah, to me this is probably one of the best parts of the film because it makes me optimistic that the two of them are going to continue on. Like, I mean, they're at the very least they're going to continue on to the train station, but it gives me hope that uh, like you said, she has all the questions and he has all the answers. He said that on the train, and it just seems to me that they were like a good match, and you kind of hope for them to continue talking on and being together past the train station. And I just thought that the still photo of the film was just pretty beautiful because Agnes Varda likes to. It's like every film that I've seen of her so far, maybe actually even the documentary, but she does a lot. Like a lot of her shots are very balanced and can also be like doubled down as like a painting almost. It's just they're all very beautifully shot, and I thought this was a very balanced photo, and I liked it a lot. Um, yeah, so my three reasons to see this film is it's loaded with symbolism, and looking for hidden meaning can be entertaining and shed new light on the film. Um, the topic of mortality is something everyone wrestles with, and I find it relatable. I think it is relatable, and comfort can be found from watching this film. And yeah, my third is beautifully shot, and Agnes Varda did an amazing job, and Cleo is also very beautiful and nice to look at. So those are my three reasons to see the film.